Shout out to my homie Brandon Marshall, right? Because we're about to talk about his counterparts, his colleagues now have spun off and they have their own podcast and they addressed the separation, right? So they addressed the separation. Again, shout out to the homie Brandon Marshall. When I speak about this, I operate with no inside information. I want to be clear on that. I'm just, breaking the game down as I do, right? And understanding things, how it happens. Number one, when we look at podcasts breaking up, we all clear that Joe Budden did it wrong, right? Joe Budden is kind of the situation where we look at and say, okay, that wasn't the right way to do that, right? So he kind of becomes the first person over the hill. So when we see a podcast break up, we want to see it done in a different fashion. And this fashion right here seems to be a little bit less toxic than that fashion. So we got to give some props to that as we navigate. And you got to remember, a lot of athletes did go to, pretty good prestigious schools if they high priority athletes. So they dealing with a certain level of information, on both sides sometimes. So, they kind of know how to frame things. So we see how they try to, come out with what's going on. If for those of you that's unaware, and if you are, you must be under a rock. But the podcast that Brandon Marshall has is called I Am Athlete. These two brothers were on the podcast I Am Athlete with him. Evidently there was some situation where the business couldn't meet in the middle, and both parties went their separate ways. We're gonna play a clip from their podcast, and then we'll come back with some game. One of the hardest things to do as a company, as a brand, is build an audience. That's why you see some of these tricks being played for dudes to go viral. What they understand is, right, and this is why I love podcasting, because you're able to put the game down. You're able to put the fucking game down, right? You see some of these people, right, they do these tricks to go viral. What they understand is that this gonna send what's called a shock. So what's gonna happen is a whole bunch of people gonna come to their page or to their website. I keep telling people it's the game I brought to the game. You pay with your eyeballs. I always tell my people, you pay with your eyeballs. I'll get the money like YouTube get the money. My business structure is a different, I'm on some other shit. But anyway, they understand when they do certain things, right? Because going viral is what? Is one of the ingredients in a lot of these guys' mind in building the audience. Every time, every rapper, how you gonna go viral? How you gonna get in front of people? How you gonna go viral? How's it going viral? What's the last time you went viral? We'll see people go to beefing with each other. Like, yo, bro, you ain't been viral since 2012. Be like, yo, bro, I'm rich and what you talking about viral? But again, if you're not understanding that the social equity in that, I get it. I'm in the media space, so I understand it, right? But it's no small feat, man, to building an audience. An audience as big as like a Joe Budden podcast or an I Am Athlete situation with B Marshall and them. That's no small feat, man. That's a hell of a thing. And what people don't understand is the market will determine what'll happen with your brand. A lot of people really don't understand how this business works because they looking at our business now like old school business. I always tell people what I'm doing right now. This is you looking at my family business. This podcast, this media shit that I'm creating, this is my mom and pop store that y'all are, y'all that granny and them used to want to own the little, restaurant on the corner. This is my mom and pop store that I pass down to my family. And if you don't understand that, you 3-4 steps behind where I'm at.